A geriatric grifter who campaigned on making sure all of these criminals that had been released in the United States were deported has just released 2 sex offenders and human traffickers into the great state of Florida. Let's look at this tweet from Keith Olbermann. He says, Trump, they're emptying their prisons and their mental institutions into the United States of America. And then is what Trump had just did yesterday. Moving along, MAGA is starting to have a stage 5 meltdown over the Jeffrey Epstein files, and they're all starting to kind of figure some things out. But what happened yesterday was complete performative theater by the Trump administration. They made all of these binders with already released Epstein information from Ghislaine Maxwell's trial. And they put them all in a binder, and they invited like the libs of TikTok and a bunch of other crackheads out to the White House, passed these out, and then they're all celebrating and taking pictures with their notebooks. And I want to remind you guys that Jeffrey Epstein was a massive predator. I mean, it was almost like a pyramid scheme of predation. Nothing to smile about, nothing to laugh about. This is what MAGA and QAnon claims that they're trying to eradicate from the United States of America. They've been so hyper fixated that they believe that immigrants that are coming into this country have these proclivities. Meanwhile, a lot of it, as oftentimes, the call is coming from within inside the House. The House Judiciary Twitter account, which is run by Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan used to be work for Ohio State University in their wrestling department. And one of the doctors was sexually abusing the wrestlers. Jim Jordan knew about it, and he covered it up. So this guy should have been impeached and not voted in. But for some reason, MAGA always is able to say, no, we oppose this, yet we want to vote for people who are big enablers and cover up sex crimes. So on the Twitter account, he sends out a tweet regarding, and if you'll put up the headline, regarding the Epstein file release, and he rickrolled. And I know what rickrolling is because I have 2 sons, and about 10 years ago, anytime they sent me something, I was always rickrolled. And here's a headline from the Huffington Post. Still time to delete this. Critics clown Jim Jordan-backed accounts. Unbelievable post. And the problem with Jim Jordan is irony is completely lost on him, that he is perceived as an enabler of sexual predation. He is not somebody who wants to fight crime on this issue. He is not somebody that would report if he knew that sexual crimes were taking place. He is somebody that would cover these crimes up. And I just want to tell everybody, the star of our show, Pumps, is in Las Vegas, so that's why I am flying solo. I know she's the fun one, but I think together we can all have fun, because now I'm going to show you the MAGA meltdown over the Epstein files. So here is a gal. She's a MAGA voter, and I want to read to you what her tweets were a year ago. Her name is Abby Libby. Vote for Trump. Pray that he wins. But build a life Kamala and the left can't destroy. Assume no one is coming to save you. And then another tweet from last year. I have seen Trump do the dance. My vote is now secure. And I think she's talking about the double jerk-off dance. Another tweet. Your overbearing liberal wife won't be in the voting booth. Your screaming blue-haired girlfriend doesn't have to see your ballot. Even if you've made our slur word, romantic choices, you can still vote Trump, gents. And then another one, you've got this, everyone. I repeat, Trump has got this. That was the day before Election Day. And now let's put up. So here's another one from last year on Election Day. I'm a white woman, and I voted for Trump because I'm not R word. Okay, and then now let's get to her most recent tweet from yesterday. I voted for an administration that would stop human trafficking at our borders. I voted to get rapists and pedophiles off the streets. Trump's action in freeing the Tate brothers was a stunning betrayal of his mandate. And what I have to say to Abby Libby is this man was an adjudicated rapist. His fingerprints have been all over the Epstein files forever. It was under his first term that Jeffrey Epstein's suicide attempt and successful suicide attempt happened. And also, there was a guy named Alexander Acosta, and he was in Florida politics, a U.S. attorney down there. And the first round of charges to Jeffrey Epstein, this guy basically killed, and then Jeffrey Epstein was able to go back out, recommit a ton of crimes because of this guy, Acosta. Look it up. And then he gets a position in Trump's cabinet in 2016. So Trump's fingerprints have been all over this Epstein crap forever. But the delicious part here is that MAGA is starting to figure it out. Particularly Laura Loomer is really struggling lately. She says, 1 week ago, Pam Bondi said, the Epstein files are on my desk. Now she's claiming the deep state set her up. What deep state? Trump is in office, and all of his cabinet members are bragging about how they fired the deep state. I'm confused. I was told we fired the deep state. So as you can see, the wheels are turning, right? They're like, okay, Elon Musk came in. They fired everybody. There is no deep state. Finally, we can get these Epstein files. But because MAGA, their default setting is to be so intellectually lazy and to lean into conspiracy theories at all times, they thought this was going to be like a Comet Pizza style, just Democrats. And Trump's fingerprints are all over this Epstein thing. I'm not saying that there aren't probably people on the left that are all up in there. I'm sure there are, because the thing about sexual deviancy is it happens in both parties. It seems to me, though, one party is way more motivated to constantly cover it up and not call it out. Let's look at some more of Laura Loomer's meltdown. Pam Bondi is never going to recover from this. And then here she is getting a little bit closer. So Ron Filipkowski, and I'm sure all of you know who he is, he tweets, what a joke. So the big reveal on the Epstein files is that some of them were given to a group of right-wing social media operatives. They turn everything into a clown show. The plot thickens here. Laura Loomer retweets with comment, today, I'm in agreement with Ron Filipkowski, which proves that hell does freeze over. When the left and right come together to call something out, it's time for some serious reflection. So as you can see, MAGA is starting to piece together that they've been lied to, that they've been grifted upon, and that Donald Trump doesn't care about his working class base, that he doesn't care about law and order. I know you might say, well, what did they think? They elected a man who was found guilty of 34 felonies for covering up having sex with a porn star while his wife was at home with their baby. What did they think? And I would say, that's a great question. But I think oftentimes they make carve-outs for their leaders to be able to do these things. And then they want to call out the Democrats on just the smallest of things. And now they're all starting to find out. And now they're even losing Barstool Sports. This is great. Dave Portnoy tweets just yesterday, if I'm going to be fair, these questions need to be asked today. Why is the release of the Epstein list always a shit show? What's the point of booting out illegals and criminals while somehow becoming a safe haven for the Tate brothers? Why is crypto in the toilet if Trump is the crypto king? How far does Tesla stock have to crash before Elon goes back to work? And I have to say, MAGA, these are all great questions, and I look forward to an internal investigation for you all to answer all of these questions transparently and report back to us, because what we've been doing this entire time is sitting right here saying, this is going to be a shit show. This man is a criminal. This man is a sexual predator. This man is a grifter. This man doesn't care about you. Look at his history. But you wouldn't listen. And now he's taking down the entire country. But I'm going to leave you all with one final bit of hopium. And this is my favorite meme that I've seen. And Brooklyn Dad Defiant tweeted this. And it's a meme of Baby Yoda flipping the bird. And it says, the tolerant left No, they're down the hall. We're the fuck off and die, you racist motherfuckers left. And that's the energy that I want every Democratic leader to bring. This is not a moment to make excuses and to apologize and to provide permission structures to MAGA voters, specifically the triple Trumpers. Any Democrat who starts any sentence by saying, oh, they were just voting because they were upset about the price of eggs. That is bullshit. There's a 10-year body of evidence that this man is corrupt, a terrible businessman because he bankrupted casinos and everything else he touched, a grifter, a con man, a criminal. It's a liar. I mean, the biggest liar. Quit excusing their votes. Quit excusing their votes. Instead, offer the American voter say something like this. Yes, when you vote for Republicans, they lie to you and they tell you they're going to help you, but they don't. It's a fix. The fix is in for them. When you vote for us, your life will get better, or we will apply mitigating factors that can help mitigate the damage that can be done for your life. That's what you get when you vote for us. And so quit making excuses for these pathetic triple Trumper MAGA voters. Laura Loomer and Dave Portnoy, we look forward to your evolution into the find out stage. All right, I'll see you guys later.